ポケモンゲットだぜ。
Hello everybody and welcome to my playthrough of Pokemon LeafGreen version. And I'm really excited to do this today. I think everybody knows how iconic that intro sequence is if you're an old school Pokemon fan. Especially if you've watched the original episode of the anime. There's something quite special about seeing that Nidorino versus Gengar scene. Just animated in actual television. Pretty great moments of television history, I would say. So anyways, we're playing Pokemon LeafGreen version, which is actually a remake of Pokemon Green version. So while I'm in just chilling on this little tutorial thing here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm sorry if you're an old school Pokemon fan or just a maniac in general and you know all about the version histories and all that. But just for people who don't know, I just want to make an argument for like how absurd like the remakeception is. So in Japan, late 90s, there's actually Pokemon Red and Green. Took the world by storm, of course, and they didn't quite realize it. So they kind of like phoned in some of like the programming, and there's like a lot of bugs, and like the sprite work's really ugly. And overall, their code's just kind of like a mess, and they had all kinds of development issues during the development cycle. So essentially it was just a mess, and then it got insanely popular, and they were like, wow, we should actually probably like make this better so like people have a better user experience. And then they released Pokemon Blue version, which was only available through mail order in Japan, and then it would later be available for them to retail purchase. But essentially, yeah, it was just a quality of life update, better graphics, better sprite work, got rid of some of the bugs, just cleaned it up a little bit. So that's the blue version, which is the better version, is the base version for which the rest of the world would get. So that's why they did Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green rather than like Pokemon Fire Red and Water Blue. And even later they would remake it again called Pokemon Yellow version, which was essentially the only difference was you got Pikachu as the starter. It kind of followed more of the plot of the anime, like Team Rocket was in there, Jesse and James. You could get all three starters instead of just choosing one. So it just kind of had a little choices like that, and some of the sprite work was cleaned up even more, and they just added a few things. Nothing too crazy, though, so that's two remakes so far, if you're counting the original Japanese version. So this is now the third remake we're on. And then, Junichi Masuda went ahead and made the decision, like, all right, instead of Water Blue, we're doing Leaf Green, because fire and water are kind of like conflicting elements, and the world's already like violent and stuff, so I'm just trying to chill my hippy-dippy, serene nature, and that's one of the reasons we're playing Leaf Green, but there's a few other reasons, for technical reasons, because I'm doing a 100% run of this game, catching them all, doing all the things, and there's a few Pokemon in here that are not really able to be found in any other games aside from this one. So when we get to those, I'll go ahead and point them out, obviously. But those are the main reasons. And what's even more absurd is after these remakes, they went ahead and remade it again, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And obviously, maybe I should cut them a little slack, and they're not exactly the same type of game. You play as different protagonists. You have kind of the Pokemon Go mechanics added in. And there's a few little differences. But anyways, that's kind of the absurd amount of remakes. So there's like 4 remakes of this one game, and they really shove Kanto region down our throats in every single generation of Pokemon. So this is Generation 3, if you didn't know. And I guess Junichi Masuda is going to go ahead and insult our intelligence, and he's going to go ahead and just basically tell us how to play video games. You move around and you hit the A button, and then they insult our intelligence even more, and it's like, hey, I know we already told you that, but this is how you do it. You go around and talk to people and hit the A button. Yeah, there's something... I mean, it just seems like something more for adults than for children, right? Like, I feel like children can learn things just through like pattern recognition and just trial and error and visual stuff. And, you know, I don't really know any little kids who are like, yeah, I read to like solve my problems. Like, that's how I do it. Like, they don't want to read stuff. They just want to hit the A button and keep going, man. That's how you learn to play video games.
Hello there. Glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor.
All right, man, that's a nickname you gave yourself. Nobody was like, hey, Pokemon Professor, what's up, my dude? No, nobody was doing that. He's trying to pull like a George Costanza and give himself his own nickname. But he gets away with it, I guess.
This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession.
See, that's how you got your nickname. You were the professor. You studied Pokemon. That was your job title. That was like if I worked at McDonald's and I was like, people generally affectionately refer to me as a general manager. And it's like, no, that's my job title. It's not an affectionate nickname. My guy's a little confused over here, Professor.
But first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl?
Alright guys, this game's unplayable. I can't believe they put politics in video games, letting you play as a girl. Unfreaking believable, man. That's not cool. No, but real talk, you couldn't actually play as a girl in Pokemon until Pokemon Crystal version, which was the kind of definitive version of Gen 2. That's like kind of their janky model, where they release 2 games that are kind of like incomplete, and then they release a 3rd game that has everything in it. And they kind of stopped following that model now. Thank God, honestly. It's such a nonsense. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and play as a boy. The girl probably is the cuter character, but I'm just never been one of those guys who picks the girl in games when I'm a guy. If you're one of those people, I don't really care. It's your life. Do whatever you want. And I'm going to go ahead and be a basic bitch and just name my guy Red. That's his default name. I'm just one of those guys. I name Link, name Red. That's how I roll in this world. I don't know, he's just such an iconic character. It feels weird to, like, give him my own name.
This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies.
I don't know how that worked. How did that work? We were born out of the womb, and we were, like, in the same hospital or chilling in the medical ward or whatever babies are. And we're just next to each other. We, like, lock eyes, and we just, like, engage in, like, a crying contest. Who cries the loudest? Like, that's how it all started, I guess.
What was his name now?
Come on, man. How you not know your own grandson's name? That's screwed up, dude. So yeah, his default names are like Red and Ash because we're playing LeafGreen version. If it was Fire Red, the default names would be like Green and Gary. So as if the version history of Pokemon wasn't confusing enough, this guy's name gets even more confusing because he's known as Green, referring to the original Red and Green. But the international community knows him as Blue, so that's just what I'm going to go ahead and name him. That's his canon name for us, at least. And, I apologize for not naming him something funny like Ass Hat or like Clown Face or, Dick Bag or something. But, I'm trying to keep it relatively PG. I know, like, the Pokemon community is probably just like a bunch of 30-year-olds now getting mortgages and stuff, but, hey man, there's still children that are down with Pokemon, and if by any chance they want to see what us old folks played back in the day, I don't want to be that guy when their mom's walking by and I'm screaming the F word and they gotta have an awkward conversation with their mom about it. I ain't trying to be about that.
That's right, I remember now. His name is Blue.
Alright, yeah, hey, come on man. We're literally named after colors. Like, this isn't that hard.
Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go.
And that iconic sequence of shrinking our sprite down to a little 32-bit size. Red played with the NES. Okay, it's time to go. So yeah, in the original game, that was actually a Super Nintendo, which is actually kind of interesting because the N64 was actually out at that time. So I guess it's kind of like a little, like, socioeconomic, like, establishment with the protagonist, or like maybe your guy's mom couldn't quite afford the newest console, so we had to make do with the older one. I'm sure that's something some people can relate to. And I guess in Japan, like, the dads are often absent just because their culture is pretty overworked, and with, like, a lot of overtime, just kind of like, yeah, you do overtime, that's what you do. So, like, the dad is famously pretty much never in any of the Pokemon games. It's just the mom. There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on railroad tracks. I better go, too. I think most people know, but if you don't, that's a reference to the movie Stand By Me. Adaptation of The Body by Stephen King. Great book, great movie. It's only a shame that a lot of pedophilia went on during the creation of that movie with, like, Corey Feldman and the rest of, like, the child actors and Hollywood in general. Kind of a cesspool of pedophilia. Really unfortunate, and, you know, that's some shit. Anyways, on to lighter topics. Right. All boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Alright, come on, man. Mom, what are you doing getting parenting advice from TV? And she tells us to go look for Professor Oak, but I'm going to go ahead and not do that. I'm not going to waste our time after I wasted enough time ranting about the version history. So basically, you can go ahead and talk to everybody, but obviously just good game design, the way this map is laid out is you have to go north. It's the only option.
Oh, wait, don't go out.
Hey, wait, whatever, man.
It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection.
I mean, I don't know why. They're just rats and birds. Like, that's just... It's easy. You just run away if you're really going to get attacked by them. Whatever, man. So he goes ahead and takes us in the lab. And his grandson was waiting.
Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Blue, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait.
You forget his name, and then you forget to tell him. You forget about the appointment you made with him, dude. Come on. There are 3 Pokemon here. These Pokemon held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me?
Be patient, Blue. You can have one, too.
Alright, so he's actually giving his grandson a bit of the advantage here, because his grandson can just pick whoever's stronger, because as most people know, grass, fire, and water, those are always the starters, so he gets to just pick whoever's stronger. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Charmander, and I guess they're laid out in kind of like difficulty, where it's like Bulbasaur is the easiest, Squirtle's maybe middle of the road, Charmander is the hardest. But I don't think it really matters so much in these games. They kind of give each Pokemon a little bit of a buff to deal with, you know, enemies that might give them a hard time. So I think they balance it pretty well. You can pick whoever you really want. And yeah, that's kind of a little bit of the differences there. And there's quite a few things in this remake that makes it much more playable than the original games. So if you ever want to go back and play the original games, there's definitely some stuff that I just don't think holds up that well for modern audiences. Even this remake has some issues like that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and try to leave. Wait, Red, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. And I guess we're just going to fight in his lab. We don't care about any of his grandpa's lab equipment or any of that stuff. Rival Blue would like to battle. Great. We'll battle him. And Junichi Masuda, the head of the Pokemon Game Freak, is gonna insult our intelligence even more by giving us this tutorial. And it's like, look, man, when I was a little kid, I playing Red and Blue for the first time, you know, I didn't really know how to read that well. I was like 3 years old or something. I was just learning my alphabet. I was obsessed with the alphabet. I just named my guy like A, and my rival and then my first Pokemon and I went down the whole alphabet. And it's just like, I didn't need this. Like, you just hit the A button, their health depletes, and it's just like, yeah, try battling and see for yourself. Like, I don't know why he needs to hold our hands for it. And what's actually interesting is I actually have a female Charmander. That's actually pretty rare. So that's pretty cool. I guess we got a girl Charmander. Oh man, I can't believe they put gender in Pokemon. Alright, I'm not gonna keep making that joke. So yeah, I don't know why he used Tail Whip on us. If you went ahead and picked up that potion, like I told you, you can go ahead and use it. If you're getting kind of unlucky here, you kind of want to do your best to win this battle, because you get pretty much a guaranteed level up from doing it. And it's just, you know, you don't want your rival to have the first win on you. You don't want to be 0-1 against this guy. And this is, you know, you don't want to be going down that road. But yeah, you just want to go ahead and beat him. Use that potion if you got him. No shame in it. It's kind of just, you know, up to like random numbers whether you win or lose. He says he picked the wrong Pokemon, but no, dude, you forget that I'm the only one in this whole house that has this whole town that has not only a bed but a computer. So, and I was able to get a potion from my computer. That's the only reason I'm able to win. So yeah, he just tells us basic RPG stuff. You get experience and money from like winning battles. That's like, I don't know in any RPG that's like not really a thing. That's in every RPG, my guy. So you can go ahead and talk to some people, but if you want to, but I like to go ahead and talk to this guy. Technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items and Pokemon as data via PC. And that guy's in like every single game. He gets very excited. And this just tells us to open the menu. Pallet Town, shades of your journey awaits. And you know, pretty much all the towns are named after like colors, so I kind of like that. Like palette is kind of like, you know, it's all about, you know, the palette of colors of our journey. And she tells us the exact same thing that sign told us. Like, I don't know why there needs to be two things to tell us what to do. Come on, man. Why you gotta insult us like that, Game Freak? You know how to do things. I was a little kid and figured this out. It's not that hard. So I guess we're running into our first wild Pokemon here. All you're going to find are Pidgeys and Rattatas. If you're having a little trouble, you can go back to your house and have your mom heal you. But we probably shouldn't have any issue. I don't really see that being an issue when we're like twice the level of everything because we won our first rival battle. And what does this sign say? Route 1, Pallet Town, Viridian City. Duh. Alright. Hi, I work at a Pokemon Mart. Part of a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Please visit us in Viridian City. Here, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. I don't know why it's a sample, because I don't think they actually sell potions at the Pokemon Mart there. But anyways, you go ahead and talk to that guy. You get even another potion. So we just want to go ahead and stock up as much healing items as we need. There's some dungeons later on we're going to have to deal with. That might come in handy. Save some time. So rather than walking all the way back to town to heal, we can just use the potion. And generally, like, usually you want to run away from fights, but early game, you definitely want to fight as many Pokemon as you can. Just for the experience, just to make your life just a little easier. And now that we got to level 7, we're going to go ahead and learn Ember. And as you can see, every time we get a level up, our stats increase there. HP is our health, attack is our physical damage, defense is resistant to physical damage, special attacks obviously our special attack, and special defense is obviously resistant to special attacks. And then speed is just who determines who goes first. So yeah, you can kind of tell like what Pokemon are better than what Pokemon by looking at their stats and kind of figuring out each Pokemon has their own little niche, and some of them are just for collectibles, and some of them are for really good battling. And some of them are just there to look derpy like this guy. I mean, like, come on, man. Rattata. Nah, I love Rattata. Look at how big old mouth he's got. You know, we're just gonna go ahead and burn them. And, you know, they faint instead of die because there's no point for needless violence in this world, right? There's already a lot of violence in this world. Don't need to have it in the things our kids consume constantly. Trainer tips. Alright, so yeah, power points is just how many times you can use a move in a row. And this is called the Pokemon Center, PC Pokemon Center. There's a Pokemon Center in every town ahead. They charge no money, so don't be shy about healing Pokemon. And I don't know how, like, we have a better healthcare system for Pokemon in this fictional world, but in the real world, we can't even figure out healthcare in America. I mean, come on, man. What's going on? It's screwed up. But anyways, the only thing I really want to show before I go ahead and do what we're supposed to do is I just want to go ahead and, if you try to leave town up here, I absolutely forbid you from going through here. This is private property. Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. I'm so sorry. He hasn't had his coffee yet. Yeah, in the Japanese version, he's actually drunk and just, like, passed out over here. So it's kind of a screwed up world they're showing us. Just public alcoholism. You know, Dad's away from work. You know, we're not doing so well. I always wondered, like, those people in Professor Oak's lab and stuff, like, where do they live? Like, they commute from somewhere, I guess. There's only 2 houses. And we have the only bed. You know Professor Oak, right? Yeah, like, you look at the front, like, we only have 1 bed in that whole room with our mom. So you want to go ahead and get Oak's parcel from that mart. Before you're allowed to buy any items there, you have to go ahead and do this. And I guess the whole point of this whole little side quest is they wanted an excuse to like teach you the ledge hopping mechanic, so you could kind of get to town a little quicker. Just basically avoid all of the fights. And I guess they also just wanted to make sure you got some experience before you wandered off too far on your own, make you kind of backtrack. It's a little bit of bizarre game design, sure, but there's methods to the madness, that's for sure. And it's not like this is even that, what does it take, like 2 minutes of our life? Come on.
Oh, Red, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me.
And, it's a custom Pokeball. So I guess a lot of people theorize it's like the GS ball from the anime. I don't think it really matters. It's just a red herring to like get you learn about the ledge hopping mechanic and stuff, and get some experience. And I don't, because really there's no reason why he's about to give us his Pokédex, and there's really no reason why he couldn't just give it to us when he gave us our first Pokemon too. It's just kind of just to make you go through that route twice and learn the ledge hop to get some experience. That's all. So he's telling us we can't just see Pokemon, we have to catch them for complete data, and he's going to go ahead and give us some Pokeballs, which we use to catch Pokemon, obviously. Obviously, we gotta lower their health, and they'll be a little easier to catch.
To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't get the job done.
Yeah, you don't even remember your grandson's name, my dude. And I guess that's kind of the great undertaking in Pokemon history. That's right, we're gonna catch them all. We're not just catching all 150. We're going for the National Dex. This is gonna be a multi-game project that I'm doing here. It's going to be a ton of fun. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. There'll be some frustration, that's for sure, but I think we'll overall have a fun time.
Red, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one.
Man, what a jerk. We're just going to go ahead and, reverse psychology has worked on us. We're going to go ahead and talk to his sister regardless. And what's kind of funny is it's Blue's house, like, I guess he's old enough to like take on a mortgage. You're 10 years old, you start your Pokemon journey, you can get a mortgage. Sure, why not? Grandpa asked you to run an errand. Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. But yeah, as I was saying, I guess that's kind of like the thing every generation must do. Like, do I sacrifice like my own dreams to like provide a better life for my kids? Or do I, do my best to achieve my own dreams and not focus on the next generation and making sure they're okay? So yeah, she went ahead and gave us the town map. And it's totally optional, you don't have to do this, but yeah, this is kind of a little world here, and we're going to obviously explore it all. So let's go ahead and go back to Viridian City, and maybe we'll catch our first Pokemon on the route back up here. On the walk back up here, excuse me. And yeah, like I said, there's only Pidgeys and Rattatas. Not much going on. Alright, so hopefully we can catch this Rattata. I know just one-shot it. I guess I'll scratch it. And you can pretty much try catching these Pokemon at full health. It should be fine. I'm just not exactly the luckiest guy in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and just lower his health, her health, just a little bit. And then we go ahead, and as you can see, the bag is laid out in sections here. I'm not gonna lie, when they first like split up how the bag worked in Generation 2, it took me like a minute to like figure out, oh, you can like move left and right to go to like different sections of the bag. Alright, so Rattata bites anything when it attacks, small and very quick. It is a common sight in many places. That's right, you're gonna see this guy a lot. And I'm one of those guys who doesn't nickname his Pokemon. I don't know. I'm just not creative, I guess. And I don't know, if I think of something cool or interesting, I might change the nicknames, but there's something so iconic just about seeing, go Charmander, use Ember, like, that's how the anime works. Like, you don't see Pikachu, you don't see Ash going like, hey George, go use Quick Attack, like you call him Pikachu. Or whatever, it's your game, you can call your Pokemon after whatever you want to call them. Maybe if you guys submit some cool ideas, maybe I'll steal your ideas. that's how this works. I exploit your creativity. And I can't believe that Pidgey just broke out after 3 shakes. What a jerk. I guess I'll try it. Obviously, I'm trying to catch them all, so I don't plan to use these Pokemon on my team. I'm just trying to get them through the deck safe. This Pidgey's really not wanting to be in this ball, man. Come on, dude. There we go. Gotta love that music. A common sight in forests and woods, it flaps its wings at ground level to kick up blinding sand. Nope. Alright, so we went ahead and caught our first 2 Pokemon. We went and delivered Oak's parcel and beat our rival. I think it's a good time to leave off here. I'm going to try not to go super long like these parts. I just wanted to get most stuff out of the way. And, you know, I just don't really like those half-hour YouTube videos, so I'm mostly trying to avoid them for my own channel because I don't really like them. I don't know, something in our brain, like, tricks us where we're like, yeah, I can just watch, like, 5 20-minute episodes. But watching, like, a whole 2-hour movie, I don't know. It's like when you're like, I'm going to eat potato chips when I'm hungry, even though it's, like, good to eat a whole meal. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.